It's the Albanese and Joe podcast. Now, here's Nick Albanese and Joe Petrucci.
So I had a busy week doing my whole press tour.
Press? Laundry?
Yeah, I'm pressing all my shirts.
Nice.
No, I was doing like promoting the movie Charles Street.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that's exciting. You have it on, we keep saying it again, but Amazon
Prime.
Tubi. No, not Tubi.
No Tubi.
I know. Free.
False news, fake news, Joe.
We were trying to
Let me see where it's at. Don't even try to say where it's at, Joe. It's Amazon Prime and Filmzy.
Filmzy. But Filmzy reminds me of Tubi. It has that.
Yeah, it has that.
Like
yeah.
Filmzy.
And 5 years ago, nobody ever heard of Tubi. Now everybody watches Tubi.
Tubi's actually a good.
Filmzy maybe, 5 years from now be the big thing.
Cool. Yep. You're promoting it a lot. I seen you on.
Yep.
You were all over the place.
I did
Roadshow.
Monday, I did the WPRO, Tara Granahan.
Yeah.
And gave out shouts to you.
Thank you.
And people are calling you going, Joe, I heard their name on the radio.
Joe, you're somebody.
Oh, I did not know you were a comedic actor.
Comedic.
And then I did the road show on Tuesday morning, and then Tuesday afternoon, I recorded an interview with Rhode Island Wave for their YouTube channel.
Nice.
So,
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so
I listened to them all. You did very good job. Very good. You're an excellent speaker.
Thank you so much. Well, yeah. I know I don't speak that well on the podcast, but when I'm on interviews, I speak well. I don't get it.
Right. I don't know. Maybe you're just, your back's against the wall. You're on live TV.
Yeah. They actually have a crew there watching us.
Although, in a sense, this is kind of, it's not live, but it's presented like if we make mistakes, it goes straight through. We don't edit or anything.
Oh, no.
So this, in a way, it's not live, but in a way, it's kind of has that essence
it's
of live.
unedited.
Right.
That's the word you're looking for. Unedited.
Basically, I'm just calling laziness unedited. Yeah.
Yes. But, so we have the end of the month now, and Memorial Day is right around the corner.
Right.
Do
you have any big plans?
Actually, this might be dropping Memorial Day, if I'm correct, right?
I don't have the calendar on the wall, my pinup models, but women, by the way.
Could be.
It's not tough.
Maybe not. Maybe next week is Memorial Day. I'm all messed up, Joe.
Yeah, it's next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We can say whatever we want.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'm just saying. Yeah. I just want to be correct on my timeline.
Do you have any big plans?
I don't know. I gotta give my buddy John Salino, who played FBI agent already in Charles Street, my movie I wrote and directed. Did I mention Charles Street?
I haven't heard about Charles Street. Now, what is it?
But John has a friend that's having a party.
A friend of a friend?
A friend of a friend. But I know his friend. And he's come to many of my live shows. It's not a Diddy
party, is it?
No. Okay. Nothing like that. But he has a big tent, and he's going to show. He might be showing Charles Street.
Oh,
wow.
I
told you about that?
It sounds like
it might be the Sunday of that Memorial Day weekend.
That's cool. So he's going to show it right at the party.
I'll see if they let you come down, Joe.
Maybe they'll have a little fire going. Can sit around.
Maybe. And cigars.
Nice. All right. So that's cool. Wherever you go, I have to follow.
You would love that.
They'll be like, oh, it's him again. It's Joe. Nick can't do anything.
They ask where you are all the time. If they see me without you, or
that happens to me.
See you without me, they're like, "Where's Albanese?"
Yeah. Usually, if I'm on the phone or something, they'll be like, "Who are you talking to, your boy?" Or else if they say, "Where's Albanese? What are you doing here by yourself?" So
I go over to Monday nights at the Pub on Park open mic sometimes, and I walk in. They're like, "Where's your buddy Joe?"
Yeah. Where is that?
I'm like, he's home. He's home sleeping. What do you want?
Well, usually I'm not sleeping. I'm playing video games.
You're busy.
Some kind of immature thing.
But Memorial Day weekend is right upon us, and that's the beginning of summer, right? They say it's the official start of summer.
Even though it's 100 degrees.
It's the unofficial start of summer.
It's summer enough right now for me.
It's very warm in here.
I know. I feel like I'm being interrogated. I'll talk.
It could be because it's even warmer now with your lights on.
Yeah, I like to blame the lights, but I don't think those put off.
No, you were warm as soon as you walked in. You're like, you like it this hot?
Yeah, because you're on the upper floor, the third floor, so the steam and all the heat just rises.
But I'm like comfortable. I love the heat.
Yeah, you're like This is perfect for you.
This is like perfect temperature for me.
I came out. I was saying I don't know if it's true or not. That experiment with the frog, that they slowly boil the frog in the water.
Oh, they have a frog in the water and they boil
It sounds horrifying though. I don't know if they can do any experiments like that. But yeah, it was supposed to be they put the frog in cool water. They slowly turn up the heat higher and higher, and the frog just gradually it gets used to it. And then I think it can actually get to like boiling in the frog. And I don't know if that's true or that's an example because that sounds horrifying.
And then the frog just dies.
Yeah, so I was comparing.
That's horrible.
I was comparing you to the frog. So it's getting hot in here, and you had no idea. You're like, it's perfect.
Yes, you're gonna find me dead next week, boiling. Poor Kermit.
I thought you were gonna say croaked.
Croak. Oh, that would have been a good punchline.
Yeah, but it's all right.
Yeah. So, Memorial Day weekend. You're telling me some memories. I mentioned that about a place you used to work.
Rocky Point.
You actually worked there?
Yeah, I worked there for many years.
Well, actually, let's explain Rocky Point to the listeners that don't know what Rocky are. Small percentage from England and Canada and other places around the world. Rocky Point was like an amusement park, right?
Right.
It's like this little amusement park here in Rhode Island that everybody went to, at least once in their life. They had all these rides. My favorite ride was the Flume. I love the Flume.
I used to work on the Flume.
Did you work on the Flume?
Yeah, I worked up in the. They had all over the place. They put you around in different areas, different stations.
Okay.
And yeah.
How long did you work at Rocky Point?
For many years.
Tell us, how did you find the job?
It's because I was.
Was it in the paper, or you knew somebody that worked there?
Well, at the time, I was like in the 80s, so I was like 17.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I started at 16, 17. So every year I look forward to working there, and it was a nice job actually because you'd be outside all day. But not that I like to be outside, and they had exchange students a lot of times and like a work program. And there was kids from England some years and kids from France, and that was cool because it was before like the internet and all that. So you communicate. It was cool to see someone your age from a completely different area.
So the kid that you worked with from England could be listening right now, and in I can't speak. In England right now could be listening to you going, "That's the bloke."
Yeah.
That's the guy that worked there. He used to have hair back
there. I used to have long hair.
I know. I remember the pictures of you. You had like this crazy hair.
Yeah.
You look like a madman.
Yeah, it was kind of like on the idea of a Charles Mansionist. Charles Mansion. Charles Manson. Now we both can't speak. It might be the heat. Our brains are kind of frying.
I know. We're melting in this heat of the studio.
We're like, oh yeah, but it was a great job. It was fun, a lot of fun. But it also had, I was going to say it was funny because it was a little, you know how they say like it closed, like you always hear like the mafia owned it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, you hear stuff like that. Mafia ran that place. But
could be.
You hear stuff like that. But I do remember one of the closest I came to that was there was a manager, and it was around 4th of July. Mm-hmm. It was a little before it was in July.
Yeah.
And they used to have a meeting before the rides would operate, before the park would open, all the ride operators would come around and sit down. And he was talking to us all. And he said to me, he said to everybody, 4th of July is coming up. They had a little huddle. They would talk to all the employees before the park opened. And he went, some of you are probably thinking about taking he was like Italian type. Some of you are probably thinking about taking the 4th off. He goes, and, feel free to take the 4th off if you need to. Just don't come back to work because you won't be working here. He said just like that.
Oh my God,
that was the manager.
That was so Rhode Island.
And I was like, and I remember that was anyway. That was my.
And nobody took the 4th off.
I like how instead of talking about fun stuff, we're talking about now we went to the bad stuff.
No, it's funny. So you've decided to take the 4th of July off. Just remember, enjoy your day with your family at the cookout and the fireworks, but don't come back to work over here. Never show your face again. Is that what it was like?
Basically. That was a little bit more direct, but he did a roundabout way. Suggestive. Just suggested that something was going to happen to you.
I want to remember that. That'd be a great scene for a movie.
Yeah, it was funny.
Like an Italian manager at a place.
Do you want to hear more Rocky Point stories?
Yeah, you have good stories?
Well, I don't know if they're much stories. I was a clown for... They used to open up special for like if they had like outings, and it was Electric Boat was there. The park was just open for Electric Boat employees.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So every year I used to, for fun, I would dress up as a clown, and I would wear the Rocky Point. They used to have a red jumper I don't know if you remember. It was a big long jumper one year. They had different different uniforms every year, and I had the big.
Once again, things I did not know Joe did.
I have a picture somewhere. I'll have to find it.
Oh
I
my
had
God.
the big clown here.
Yeah.
I had even the nose. But something I did for fun that they didn't even pay attention to, but I snuck it in. I used to have these buck teeth and they look rotted. And for some reason I got a kick out of I snuck it in. I was putting it in and I was like, you can't get it out, but they were big teeth. But and I used to walk around and people thought it was real. So they thought like some guy was like a hillbilly
Playing a clown.
But they never called me
Who
on
was that serial killer back in the 80s that dressed like a clown? Gacy? Was it William Gacy or something?
I didn't even know that there's a clown killer.
He dressed like a clown. He was a serial killer.
Oh, I only know the movies like Clowns from Outer Space and Evil Clowns.
There was.
Oh crap!
Yeah, that's what just reminded me of when you said you dressed like a clown.
But I remember when I was leaving the park.
Yeah.
There was a line of people, and I couldn't get through. They were waiting to go to the Shaw Dinner Hall, one of those places, and I was off shift, and I still had my clown outfit on, and I was in the car, and I pulled up, and they wouldn't move for me. It crossed straight across the parking lot with people, and I kept looking, and I was going up, and no one would move. But back then, I was kind of like Mickey. I was like, and I went to the manager, and I said, because they're Italian, I said, can they get somebody to control the crowd because they're not moving?
Yeah.
He goes, pull up on them. They'll move. Just drive. They'll move. That's what he told me. So I was.
I love this manager, dude. I love this manager.
So then I go, I got to man up.
Yeah.
So I went and they literally wasn't moving. It was a way to sing. And then one of them looked at me and he said the classic line. I thought that was funny. He goes, "Not so funny now, is it, clown?"
Oh my God.
I remember that story. These aren't too exciting stories, but these are my memories.
Well, what am I, a clown? Am I here to amuse you? I want to run you over.
But what do you have to say about the park? I talked about my boring stories.
I don't have many memories of that because I didn't go there often. I just went there once in a while, and I did like the flume.
It was a water ride where it would come splashing down. It was a big logs, right?
Most of my life, my childhood, most of my childhood was spent
indoors
on Charles Street at the bakery, my dad's bakery. So I didn't really go there. I was like a special treat once in a while. I can go there, and I don't remember who even brought me because it wasn't my parents. Maybe I would go with my neighbors, my friend next door. Maybe I went then. So this is a very long time ago, and I do have one memory of in the first freshman year of college. I was a theater major, and one of the teachers had a special program with the Rocky Point people to do some like musical live shows there. And I was gonna go there, and I went to one meeting, and I'm like, this is not for me because I'm not really a musical kind of person. So I kind of,
except for when it comes
I could
to
have had a
the
summer
80s.
job doing it, getting paid for it, but I didn't. I wasn't like much of a dancer or anything. So
You couldn't do no MC Hammer.
no, I didn't want to do any
dancing.
of that stuff.
So that was it.
That was it for me for Rocky Point, man.
Oh wow! So that we had two different experiences. I lived right out, not too far, only like a couple of miles away.
Yeah.
So I was always
And how
constantly.
many summers did you work there?
I lost count, but it was for a while. I think it was till the early. Could have been the. I don't know if it was the early '90s or from the mid.
And that's
80s.
when I went. It was like in 92 when I did that. 92, 93 is when we were going to do that. But I did not end up doing that. And a lot of performers would go there, right?
Tons of-
a lot of famous people. Taylor Dane.
Yeah.
Like who else?
Everybody.
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, everybody.
Right?
Now that you say it, I don't know Vanilla Ice, but I remember like in the '80s the Divinals. Remember that?
It's Touch Myself.
She was on there. Everybody was going crazy.
Yeah.
Samantha Fox.
Oh wow! So I would have liked to seen that.
Just about anybody you could think of. I saw men without hats.
I want to have some fun.
Safety dance.
Men without hats? Really?
Yeah, they were because I used to work there, and it was cool.
We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind.
I had a funny Taylor Dane story.
All right, Taylor Dane.
Well, it's not funny, but she was practicing before the park opened.
like sound check.
Doing sound checks and singing. And I picture me with long hair in the 80s and my jumper suit on, and I probably had like scruffy beard
You
going.
look like a psycho killer.
Yeah, like Charles Manson. So I was just standing there like watching her. And she's singing, "Tell it to my heart." Just sound check.
Yeah.
Because she was on the stage. Because I used to work at the Free Fall. Remember that ride?
Oh, yeah,
It used to drop.
I remember
used to
I
just
didn't
drop
go on
straight
that, though.
down.
Yeah.
That was a crazy ride. It just dropped. Like you're on,
I did not go into free fall.
it's like you're on an elevator.
Yeah.
That just the cable
That
snaps.
lets go. Yeah, it's horrifying. You would never catch me on that.
I used to have the pleasure of pressing the button to watch him drop.
Oh man.
Oh, but she ended. I was watching her and she's singing, and she's practicing. And then I seen her go like this to the stage guy. She went, and then he came over.
Yeah.
And then she talked, he went, and I say go like this. And then he came down, he walked up to me. He went, you're going to have to leave. He told me to leave. He said, because I think I might have made, but
you
I
were
thought.
creeping around, dude. You were creeping out Taylor Dane, dude.
That was, that.
Oh, man.
That was my big story. But just about everybody,
Scared the poor lady.
just about everybody was over there who you can think of. I remember even, I was going to say, there's an old photograph I saw, Three Stooges. They even were there back in the day, but it was the later Curly,
Oh, yeah.
Curly
when
Joe,
they were a lot older.
Curly Joe.
Yeah.
But yeah, just about anybody you can think of was over there.
Yeah, I'm sure. And people, especially in the state of Rhode Island, there's so many memories of Rocky Point.
Yeah. Anybody who does anything to do with Rocky Point, it does like they have that. Don't you know somebody who has
Yeah, David Betancourt. He's a local photographer, filmmaker. He did a documentary, You Must Be This Tall.
Yep, that's huge. That was pretty.
And then there was another. You said you were
Tales of Rocky Point.
Tales of Rocky Point, and
he did like a comic
DeMayo is the last name, right?
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned him last week. When you were talking about it, you couldn't remember his name.
Oh yeah.
And somebody
Sorry.
mentioned it, and I said, "Who made that?" And they said something DeMayo. Forget the first name, but I remember the last name.
That one I have a small part because they were
You were
interviewing.
in that, yeah.
They were interviewing ride operators.
Because I knew it wasn't the Dave Betancourt one because I watched that and I don't remember seeing you.
Because they were trying to ask if they thought the place was haunted because different incidents happened.
Yeah.
And then it just cuts to me and I'm like, I didn't see anything. So I don't think anything was like haunted here. Like it was just that, like if I was an official word on whether or not it was haunted.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't see anything.
You never saw anything. Yeah.
Oh, and I think that was the Italian side of me. Like I didn't see nothing.
Yeah, I didn't see nothing.
Ghosts? No, I didn't see
I don't know nothing.
No, I didn't see no
That
ghosts.
was the manager there at Rocky Point.
You like that guy?
He goes, "There's no ghosts here, right?
I don't know if this was...
The only people that are here are people that work on 4th of July."
You're going to be a ghost if you don't show up. You like this guy. I don't know if I got the managers confused. I don't know about the names.
He
But
wanted them to move, just to run them over.
he could have been Angelo. His name might have been Angelo, but I don't want to...
Oh, yeah?
There was also another manager who's...
I got cast as a movie in Bronx, New York for the end of the summer. My character's Angelo.
it's Italian, yeah.
That's nice.
But
I'm gonna play that guy
Because it was so long.
I want to meet him and study him and play him.
I don't know if he's still around. That was like in the 80s.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was... I could be messing up the name, though. Because there was another manager that was very nice. And I don't know if that was... So if Angelo's listening to this and he goes, I never said that.
You could be listening from the grave.
Under the fishes.
But yeah, moving on.
Yeah, I
we
guess
talked about 3 hours of Rocky Point, and half the people don't even know.
Yeah.
No, most people listening probably know. I sent you a video of a guy talking about how his students don't watch movies anymore.
Oh yeah, I happen to hear that on the news too. Yeah.
Like it's like I don't know if it's
Not the news, but
the attention span now of kids. Like they're not watching movies like they used to watch.
we're on the same algorithms.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you send me stuff.
You're like, I saw this already.
Yeah. So I remember that's funny. But yeah, no, that's I believe that's definitely true.
Yeah, I found it interesting because we're movie buffs since we were kids, right?
And we're buffed.
And we're buffed. And but
puffed.
I'm thinking about my kids. Santino. Shout out to Santino. Edits the podcast. We and him watch movies all the time. He can sit through a movie if he loves.
And you show him a lot of older stuff, like 80s. It's funny that he
80s
watches
and
it.
90s. He's really into those movies. He always says they don't make movies like this anymore. My daughter too.
Unless he's just sucking up.
No, my daughter, she'll sit through a good, if it's got to be a really good movie, but she'll have the phone in their hand. A lot of kids, they watch movies now. They got their phone in their hand.
I'm kind of guilty of that.
And they're
too.
checking out every second their phone. And then my youngest, it's got to be really good. Like he's really got to be into it because he's like the YouTube generation. He's watching all videos on YouTube, short videos, people playing games. I never got that. Watching somebody else play a video game. You do that? Oh my! You were born in the wrong era, Joe.
I always, even back in the day before they had YouTube,
Yeah.
I used to record.
Used to go.
No, with the videotape, with the VCR recorder.
Oh no!
Well, I would have my friend if he had a new system that came out before I got it. I go, can we record it? And I put in like a videotape, and I would record. I had it hooked up into the VCR.
This was like way before YouTube.
Yeah, and I used to watch, and I remember even back then people go, "You're watching a videotape?"
And you would take it home and watch it?
Yeah.
Him playing the video game.
Yeah, isn't that funny? So I was born in the wrong. I was born in the wrong.
I guess so, dude.
If you enjoy seeing it,
when you said that, I thought for a second you were outside the window, looking in, watching him play a video game.
Yeah, go
with your long hair.
Press the buttons faster.
And then Taylor Dane's manager comes over and goes, "You're gonna have to go."
Isn't that funny? How I never actually, I never made it anywhere, but I was always like in the shadows somewhere.
Yeah, I know. No, but dude, you have you taped all those commercials too. You put on that YouTube channel, right?
I still have a lot more.
You taped all those stuff like you knew that one day there was gonna be a YouTube.
Right, of course I did.
Yeah,
that's why I invested, and I'm a millionaire now.
You
Billionaire.
invested in that stock. If you only knew, if you were smart enough to tape it, but you were not smart enough to invent it.
Oh, there we go. Not smart enough.
But yeah. So,
but I was going to say we went off, but it's true that a lot of the kids say what you were saying about the guy. He's saying that people, the attention span, they don't like. He thinks movies are going to kind of almost die out, right?
Yeah, he's like, is this going to be the last generation that watches movies? And I'm like, oh, as a filmmaker, I'm like, that would suck.
Yeah, that happens to me too, because kids definitely, they're just not interested in. No, not all. We're speaking for all, but they definitely focus on looking at all those viral, any kind of video, and they follow the influences.
Yeah,
and that's like the
new stars.
Yeah, so if a movie is literally boring to them because it's it's just not the thing.
Which
I get.
But sometimes movies do come out like that last Batman movie was really long and it did well. And that Oppenheimer was like a 3-hour movie, and
I think young kids were seeing it too. A lot of young kids, and that was actually.
I think it depends on the kid.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're back to it is what it is.
It is what it is, and if you don't show up on Memorial Day to watch that movie,
come back.
If you don't show up to watch Lilo and Stitch on Memorial Day, don't show up at all.
No.
I'm looking actually forward to that. I think that's going to be a big comeback for Disney.
What, Lilo?
Yeah, Lilo. Is it Nilo? Lilo and Stitch. It looks actually. I saw the trailer, dude. It looks like it's really close to the original version, the cartoon, and it's no big names are in it. And I think it's going to do well. I predict it right now on the Albanese and Joe Pie. That's going to do very well, now, especially after the last bomber.
Do you?
Yeah,
Snow White.
She should have just kept her mouth.
Did you see how bad?
Kept her mouth shut. That manager from Rocky Point should have been her manager.
So you can talk all you want about the movie.
You could, you could talk about how white men suck and she doesn't need a prince and she's an independent woman. But do me a favor, never show up again to make a movie because you're fired.
To think that you would actually think
if he
that
was
a
her
woman
manager,
could be independent and not in the kitchen cooking for me.
You know what?
Making some brajol.
If that manager from Rocky Point was her manager, he would have had her shut right up. Right?
Yeah.
She ruined the career.
So we got that. What do we got out of the way here? We got a little checklist here.
And then, we got talking about the movies, and then there's television, which I think seems now like the streaming shows, like the series, do a lot better than the movies that go into the theater and stuff.
Oh, definitely. I actually enjoy.
Everybody sits home.
Yeah, but not only that though. I wouldn't mind going to the theater. Mm-hmm. But if you just the movies now, the series, there's something about following it. It brings back the excitement of. I actually at first I didn't like it when they try to hold back the movies on you so you can't binge them.
Yeah.
But when they did that to a couple of the shows that I watched and they held them back and it was only released like every week, I was like rushing to. I have that old feeling where you hurry up and go. I gotta go watch that. Like that actually nostalgia came back.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that in a way. Because do you ever binge a movie and you're almost like half asleep and you're just looking at one after another, even if you enjoy it?
You mean like a series?
Thank you. But do you like when they? Do you ever see they hold them back? Some of them they won't let you, so you can't binge them.
Oh yeah. Like once a week it'll come out.
Yeah. But do you look forward? Don't you look
I look forward to it. They did that with Tulsa King.
Oh,
with that Stallone series, they held it back every week.
Excited, like I can't wait to.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it.
Especially if they, even though it's.
But see, we're used to that, Joe. Like kids today, they were like, "What the why are they holding it back another week? Don't they always drop every episode at once?"
Yeah.
Everybody wants to binge it.
This is going way back. I'm gonna go way back and have a reference for something that's not even.
All right, what's the reference?
Back to the Future. Do you remember I was watching back in the, I don't know if you saw it in the theaters.
I did see it,
But I saw the second one in the theater, and at the end it went dun, 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 dun. It didn't end, and it said to be continued.
Yes.
I was like, what the that one pissed me off. I'm like,
Yes.
it's not gonna end. They're gonna say to be continued. Didn't you have to wait like
And
a whole
they
year?
showed like a little preview of it.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
right
why? Because they filmed 2 and 3 at the same time.
That's some
They
some
didn't.
backstory
They
trivia
hardly
there.
ever did that. Yeah, they filmed them both, and then like they already have the footage, but they're holding it back.
Yeah, those bastards. You can hold the
which
footage.
is smart.
You can hold the footage if you want. Just
But
don't expect to be playing.
if
in
you
the
didn't enjoy part 2, then do not come back to the theater next summer.
No.
And watch part 3.
No, that would be a big mistake. He's gonna come back.
And then Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. Do you see those?
I did.
Those were one movie, dude. They filmed both of them at the same time, and it was studio's decision. It's like way too long, and they split it, so it became 2 movies, which was smart.
Yeah, that would have been ridiculous.
Tarantino, man. And speaking of movies, Tarantino, like he said that he was gonna film. I was thinking about this the last couple weeks. He's only gonna film 10 movies. Kill Bill is counted as 1, so he's got actually that would have been 10, but that's counted as 1 movie. So he actually has 1 more movie to make, and he's gonna retire from making movies. And I mean, he started back. He was in his late 20s and back in the 90s. And I'm thinking to myself, I just at age 50 put my first feature film out, and like, what would be my thing? I don't think I can do 10 more movies, but maybe my goal is to do 5 movies. And I did this one. I got 4 more to go before I retire.
Nice.
Is that a good goal?
Yeah, you're gonna need some extras too, right?
Yeah.
Maybe some.
I don't know what the
people to
movies
do-
are going to be. I'm working on one now, but I don't know what the other 4. Like, I know what the next one may be, and maybe the third one. Then I'll have 2 more to go, and then I retire.
Cool.
So
Well, congratulations.
I'm like the old Tarantino.
Here's to the other movies that aren't here yet.
The ones that may never ever be made.
Oh,
Cheers.
I started sipping before we hit.
Cheers. There you go.
Cheers. And you'll always, what I was hinting at is you'll always have a spot for me, right?
Oh yeah, you're always going to be in a movie.
I'll be in the background somewhere.
You're always going to be somewhere.
I'll be like that. You can do it.
Yeah, you're my Rob Schneider.
Yeah. And then when I'll eventually go on my own, and you'll be like, he's not really that funny. Once he went on his own. That's chicken.
And then another thing on the news locally here in Rhode Island, but it's big around the country, is the Real Housewives series. You know about that? I never
Bravo
watched
is
it.
all I can say to it.
Bravo, yes. Bravo is a channel that is watched mostly by women and gay men. So I never really watched it. Nothing against women or gay men.
And I'm glued to the television set
He
when that's
watches
on.
it, so
Glued.
and he's straight. So there's exceptions to it.
No. Wasn't Bravo originally? Didn't it just show old? Wasn't it like
I don't
foreign
remember.
films?
I don't remember what it was
It went
when
like
I first
I could
started.
have sworn it was like uppity, like like a PBS, like Bravo. And
Yeah,
it was like,
it's definitely changed.
and now
over
it's
the years.
like the Housewives is like the major
They do a
show.
lot
on
of
it.
fashion stuff, a lot of stuff like that. But I don't even watch it because I don't want to. I don't watch it because I don't have cable. I haven't had cable in over a decade. So,
Well, that was a weird sound. We just got
I
that.
think that was my phone.
Oh, vibrating.
It was a notice for a TikTok, Joe.
Because you, what?
It was a notice for the TikTok channel. But
Oh, it's on the half hour, so
oh yes.
that's why it vibrated.
So the what were we talking about? Oh, Bravo. Yeah, I don't have cable, so I don't really watch any of those things.
You haven't had cable for years. I
long
heard.
time. We're probably going on to 15 years. I haven't had cable.
But
You
I was
know?
gonna, yeah, but Bravo. I think it was foreign films originally. I could be wrong, but I
It
just
might have
remember
been.
being up. But it's funny that I was saying now the Housewives is one of the biggest shows. And
That's some big
what,
show.
What a big change though between fancy foreign films and now
Yeah.
Housewives. But yeah, they're coming to Rhode
I
Island.
brought it up, yeah, because they're
Probably
doing
Cranston. They said.
Housewives,
Cranston Housewives?
Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
Yeah, but I
What do you
think
think? What do you think of that? I mean,
I heard that they're going to film. When you hear Cranston, because I heard Cranston,
yeah,
you're like, well, they're going to film Cranston. But then I heard they're going to be all over. They're going to be like Newport and
Yeah,
Narragansett, and
probably.
that makes a little bit more sense. Not that there's anywhere bad in that.
yeah. I haven't even seen who the cast. I guess you call them a cast in reality show.
There's gossip. There's gossip online, and let me tell you about the gossip.
A lot of people are disappointed that they're doing it. And some people are excited about it.
They think they know who some of the people are. That's what I was talking about, the gossip.
Yeah.
But the only one I remember, there was a couple of people. Some lady was like on, I don't know if she was on the news, a news station.
Yeah.
But the one I did remember, I don't remember her name though, but I remember because it relates to food,
Yes.
was Mama Pizza. What is it? Pizza Mama in Cranston.
Oh, yes.
Is there a Pizza Mama in Cranston? I think that's the name of it. Pizza Mama in Cranston on Reservoir Avenue.
Yeah.
And I think the owner of the place was a possible.
Oh, really? Oh, they're using the place, you think?
No, the lady who's the owner.
Okay.
I think they actually went down there and tried to find out, and they said no comment when they went down to Pizza
I guess
Mama.
we'll find out when it airs, I guess. Oh, they're going to start taping soon, I think, right?
I think they did was it exterior shots and all that now, and then the major people will become the big chunks of
Okay.
the actual filming will be
Yeah, I mean,
coming soon.
one way or another about it, I don't really have an opinion.
Now,
Some people are upset that they're doing it. Some people are happy.
I think it's good. What you were saying yourself for promote,
Yeah, it's just going to show Rhode Island.
people get jobs and things and
Yeah.
network and
Yeah. Hopefully,
They'll
bring
probably
bring some money into the economy a little bit, right? These productions.
yeah. They'll be the rubbernecks. Is that what they call them? I'll be trying to get a peek. Like
We should just produce a reality show too. Maybe we'll do the Goombas of Johnston.
I would do that.
Ooh, you hear that? Was it a boat that went by?
It sounded like one of those tugboats. What is it?
Well, the Goombas of Johnston, and the star would be ex-manager of Rocky Point, Angelo. Yeah. You can film a reality show if you want in my town, but you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay a fee.
Well, I know this
You're going to have
is
to pay your dues.
definitely a reality show because things are about to get real. That would be his catchphrase.
Oh, yeah. Is there a crowd of people around the camera equipment? He tells the crew, I can't get by. There's a lot of people. Just drive up. Just drive through
You sound a
them.
little bit like John Travolta.
Just drive through
Do
them.
it, John Travolta. You can do it, John Travolta.
What? Where? When?
Drive through.
Just drive through them.
Oh,
Pretend they're protesters on the highway, and you just drive right through them.
have someone video. I keep saying video. I was going to say tape. I was going to say if you could get that on video, it'll go viral too.
Okay, what,
Do you ever watch those videos of
running people over?
You never see those videos of people protesting?
Yes,
and then the car,
they block the highway.
the car just pops through.
Oh, I love that. I'm like cheering on that car. Like, yeah. Like, how dare they block the highway? People
Hey.
are trying to get to work. They got real jobs, and they got to pay their bills.
Are we going to get
And
on?
you're blocking your highway? You son of a bitch. Get the hell out of the way.
Well, it's a truth.
You hit a nerve with me, Joe. Sorry.
Well, it's the truth, though. I mean, if you're busy, you're not going to. You're just interrupting.
Yeah, that's the whole point. They want to ruin
Everyday
people's
working
lives.
people-
Because they're miserable people protesting. They got to ruin everybody else's life.
It's true. Hey, are we gonna? Do you think we're gonna? I hate to end it on that, but remember we was gonna talk about.
Nah, I think we should skip that. We'll skip.
That would be-
We save it for another time.
That would be kind of. Should we at least? Or we don't even want to mention
No,
it.
we won't mention it. We'll talk about it next time if we remember.
That was probably a little dark for us anyway.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, we'll just say this part.
It's too local. It's too local to loco. It's too loco and it's too loco.
We could just mention quick about. It was a coach who did the.
No. It's not
Fat test?
No, let's not talk about it.
All right. Can we end it on? What about this?
Let's end on something positive.
All right. What about this? We didn't even get into the idea that we were supposed to when we were talking about Rocky Point.
Yes.
We didn't talk about the clam cakes, the chowder, the food. Didn't you love going down there, the clam house, clam chowder? Or
Yeah,
whatever?
I went the few
Show dinner
times that I went. I did try it, but I can't remember, Joe. It was so long ago. So you spent many days there and years there.
Mostly, it's eating clam cakes and chowder. That was unbelievable.
What's the place in Warwick that has the clam that everybody goes to?
Oh, there was
Iggy's.
there's Iggy's, but
Yeah,
then there's the
I've been to there a
clam
lot.
shack.
I've been there a lot of times.
We'll talk about all local stuff. People are like clam shack. What's he talking about? What's he going on and on about clams?
Yeah, the 3% from England. So we're gonna get those numbers up, people. People in England, listen, share this with your friends. Come on,
People,
you know.
is that
let's
true?
end it-
Sometimes I wonder if
where is it? Right here. Let's end it on this, Joe. We should.
Oh,
we
this
should.
is important.
We should have started the show with this because by this point, no one's listening anymore. But on June 21st, the Albanese and Joe podcast presents a comedy night with myself, Nick Albanese, Joe Patucci, and Karen with a C, Leochi, and Nick Youssef, all the way from Boston. We're doing a comedy show June 21st at the Artist Exchange in Cranston, Rhode Island. If you want tickets, you go to artist-exchange.org/events.
They're never going to do that.
Artist.
You're going to have stuff put up links.
Yes, artist-exchange.org
You can
/events. And then that's just the beginning of the job. And then when you get there, you got to go down, find 21st of
Dropbox.
June, and then you got to hit the time, 7 o'clock, and then you can fill out the page and order your tickets. All right. That's it. I said what I had to say.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to hosting it.
Yes, Joe's hosting.
I haven't done anything like that in a while.
Yeah.
So it'll be good because I can experiment and, I can experiment.
You can make up your act as you do it that night. But all right, everybody, thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our YouTube. We're also on Spotify and Apple. Ciao, everybody.
Hey, show's over. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Now get out of here.